Okay, hi. Um, it's 5 o'clock, so I'm going to start. My name is Maria Rothenberg, and I'm one of the librarians here at FIT. And today I'm going to show you how to use a database called Edited. So first, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Um, and here we have, you might recognize this, it's the FIT website. So I'm actually right here on, I'm going to go on the database page. So databases are, essentially they're websites that FIT pays for, and you see very specialized content. And so what we're going to do today is look at one specific database called Edited, and you're going to see something called Market Analytics. So I'm going to just go right in so you can see what it's all about. I'm going to click on E, Edited. If I've never used it before, it's great to just click on that little plus sign because it's going to tell you, like if you need a special browser or if you have to set up an account, which in this case, you do have to set up another account. You have to set up an account. So I already have one, so that makes things easy. And I'm going to just click right into it. And here we are. So I had logged in a little bit before, so that's why my name popped up. Normally you have to put in your password and your username. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of these tabs over here on the left. We're going to look at Market Analytics, and I'm going to show you how to set up your own dashboard. We'll look at some retail reports. If you want to see like the promotional activity of a item, a garment, then we can look here in visual merchandising. I'm going to show you how to track a trend, and then we'll look at some other things here, some runway reports and maybe some collections. Okay, so this is my dashboard, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Market Analytics right here. Okay, now it's a little different type of website than you're used to using. We don't really just type things in the search box, right? You have to set up something called a dashboard. So I have some here that I've set up previously. And I'm going to go ahead and set up a new one. And I think, let's see here. I have a different markets I can go to so I can narrow things down. But just before I do that, I should tell you a little about what Edited does. So first of all, it collects data from around 90,000 brands, okay? And that's all across the globe. So it really looks at a lot of things. And they use something called trackers. So the trackers go out into the website, I guess, and they bring in all this information. They bring in product names, they bring in descriptions, they bring in like the price and price changes and the care and composition, all of that. It kind of brings it all in so you can see it in one place. So let's set up a dashboard. So I'm going to go to markets, and I think, let's see, you can choose from any of these countries. I'll do the United States. Let's see. And I'll do, let's see. I'm just going to pick a few places to look. Norway. Okay. All right. And I'm going to look at retailers. So I could choose a retailer if I want. If you don't see your retailer's name here, then this means it's not being tracked. Okay. So like here, actually, we have ASOS. You probably are familiar with that. That's a very, very, very big company on their web presence, and they have about 130,000 products. So again, that's one of the things that it's going to track. It's going to track all of their products. Okay, so I'm going to leave the retailer blank. I can go to brands and choose that. If I want to have gender, I can do that. So I'm going to do women. Lifestyles basically is going to ask you if you want to do active wear. Okay, I am not going to do active wear. You can do categories. So I'm going to do dresses. And if you wanted to have details, you could do that. I'm keeping it very open though right now. Like, I don't think I'm going to go with just a midi or a maxi dress. I'm going to just keep it open. Then I'm going to go to keywords. I can always add a keyword in if I want to, and colors. So I'm thinking I'm going to look at yellow dresses, and maybe, yeah, let's stick with yellow. Okay, then if I wanted to have patterns, I could choose patterns. If I want to do price status, I can choose this. So I'm choosing in stock. It automatically defaults to in stock, and it's going to exclude secondhand retailers, which I can change. I can change that if I want. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come down here, and I could do date and timeline, but I'm going to leave that also. And then let's see. I guess the only other thing I might want to look at is the categories again and see, like, do I have any other thing I want to look? But I'm thinking dresses. I'm going to stick with the dresses. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is now I have my my dashboard here, and I'm going to let's see here. Let's choose one of these so you can see. I'm going to save. First, I have to save it. And I'm going to call it yellow dresses. So it's just going to stay there until I decide to take it off, until I delete it. And it's just going to keep pulling in. Those trackers are going to go out, and it's going to keep pulling information in from the website about the yellow dresses. Okay, so here they are. Now, if I want to look at the dresses as a whole, all of them together, all 8,000 of them, then all I have to do is come over here to the analysis statistics. Okay, and I'm going to click on this. And here's where it gives me a whole chart, right? So we have the top retailers and the top brands. Now, these are the different currencies, right? Because I chose specific countries that I was going to look at. Okay, and here are the different regions. So it looks like, the US takes up 70%. And over here, we have our segments. So this is important. So you have mass market, you have luxury, premium, and value. So I would say, like, I see a lot of mass market, and then you'll also see a lot of premium. You can do a search of just one of these if you want. So if you only wanted to look at luxury items, you can do that. Okay. All right, I'm going to come down here. So here's where we have some more data for you. Right, we have, this is looking at the last 14 days, new in, so it's looking at the SKU activity, price up, price down. Now, it's not going to be able to tell you what's actually sold, what people have actually bought, but it's sort of going to deduce some of that by the amount of searches and clicks that things have. Okay, so here's the average price. Okay, and then here we have it broken down more specifically. So outlets, the average discount, current discount, right? And all of this you can download and you can use for other purposes. You can share it. Okay, so that is how you set up a dashboard. I guess the main things to remember when you do a dashboard are to save it. Okay, that's important. Otherwise, you won't be able to look at it again, right? So when you do new dashboard, you do your searches and then you save it. So here is my dashboard right here. Okay, and I'm gonna open it up again. And now maybe I want to look at one of these specific dresses. So let's see. I'm going to click on this one. It's an embroidery smock dress, bright yellow, boohoo at boohoo, 21.19. Okay, and this is where it's going to tell me a little bit more specifics about it. Okay, the retailer product. Now, if I want to see where it's actually where it is, then I can just go right here, and I can see the website where it's coming from. Okay, and it's right there. So if I wanted to, purchase this dress, I could. Okay, and it comes in black and it comes in yellow. And let's see, tells you a bit about the patterns, right? Apparel. Here, down here, this is some content. Dresses are the most wanted wardrobe item for day to night dressing. So it gives you some details. It gives you some size. It tells me the date. It was last seen 2 hours ago by someone else, not me. And here it's giving you the other option. So here you have all these details about this actual dress, this specific dress. Okay. And that's just one yellow dress of 8,000. So if I wanted to be more specific, I could always narrow this down. So maybe I only want to choose Norway, right? And now I almost have 2,000 dresses, okay? All right, so that is what we call market analytics. And you can know it's analytics by when you see all of this infographics, like charts and numbers and percentages, okay? So this is like, it's really telling the story about that garment and how it's doing out there on the internet. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is let's look at some retailer reports, okay? Now, this is a great place to go if you just want to find out some really like updated news. You can look by specific category if you want. Okay, you could just look at trend and culture. If you wanted to look at planning and promotion, you could do that. Okay, you can choose your category. Maybe you want active wear. You can choose the gender and you can choose the region. So I'm going to keep it with all for gender and all for region. Okay, and here is a COVID-related dashboard. So that's something that they've set up, edited. Let's see. All right, this is how to cultivate a members-only program, right? And I have the date. It's very recent, March 2021. Okay, so all of this news is there for you, and again, it's really about what's happening right now. Go back to retail reports. Now, maybe I want to see like what's the promotion activity on an item, and for that, I'd go to visual merchandising. Okay, so let's see. I have some brands that I'm following already. So one of them is Theory. Okay, so this is going to tell me how Theory is doing. Okay. It shows me some landing pages. It has the blog page. Right, it has some updates here, sort of like the retailer's activity. Again, we're not really knowing if people really are buying things or, but they're looking at them and they're interested in them. Okay, and again, we can filter it down more if we wanted to. So we could search within this retailer. Let's see, let's see, jackets. Okay, and now it looks like I'm just going to be looking at jackets that are from Theory. Okay. And of course, if I want to have a new dashboard, I could just do that. I can set up a new one. Okay. And then I can do the same thing. I do regions, I do genders, I can do keywords and dates. And here is how I can track a specific type of merchandising. Okay. What else do we have here? Now, trends. So remember what I said, this is tracking things that are happening right now. So this is not a forecasting service. Okay, they're not predicting the future. They're really like focused on right now. So here are some of the trends that they are tracking. Okay, so turn up jeans, look like we have a very like steady line there, right? Midi dresses getting more and more popular, gingham, right? The shirt dress. So we can look at all of these very closely. But I'm following specific ones. So if you want to do that, then you can follow specific, like a leather skirt trend. So open that up. And it's going to give me some of the information there, the segments, current discount. Okay. It has a trend score here. It doesn't look like there's a lot of things happening. Maybe because it's getting warmer out. So there's probably not going to be a lot with the leather skirt right now. Okay. Here we have pleated skirt. Normally, like this would be populated. For some reason, it's not. I'm not sure why. Okay. And then now maybe I want to track something new. Okay. So let's see. What's a trend I could search? How about motorcycle? Or how about bomber jacket? Bomber jacket. That's what I'm going to do. Bomber. Okay. Oh, it says no jackets. Bomber jackets? That has to be a trend. Let's look here. Here we go. Bomber jackets. Must be a little bit slow. Okay, so here we go. Bomber jackets. So I'm going to follow this. Okay, I'm going to follow it. So now, if I go over here to my following page, we will see the bomber jacket. So I can see how that's doing. Okay, and here we have the trend. So this is from 90 days ago. So it looks like it took a little while. It's a lot of data here. So it probably just took a while for my computer to load everything. But whenever you're tracking a trend, you will always see a line like this, right? And it's just showing you like if it's, if the popularity is growing or if it's declining. Okay, so that's today. It's kind of steady, right? Now, here, I mean, that's 45 days ago. So depending on, like, I don't know, could have to do with the weather or people thinking ahead. Maybe there were sales. And that's just one of the things you can do with looking at the trend dashboard. So you really can track a lot of trends, which is really great to do because if you're thinking about forecasting, maybe you see something on a forecasting site, like an example of that could be the crossbody bag. Right? And you can see like if it's what's the popularity like? What's happening with it? Okay. All right, now I'm going to come here and I'm going to look at some runway reports. Okay. And here again, we can narrow it down. So this is fall 2021 beauty. This is the Seoul Fashion Week, fall 2021. There's the 5 takeaways. Let's take a look at that. Right, has the date published April 7th, 2021, right? So that's great. Like if you need to cite this or let your audience know where you found your information, they make it very straightforward for where everything is. Okay. And they have some video here. So that's great, right? So you can see some of the fashion show, which is terrific. Okay, so it's like it's the next best thing to being there. Okay, and it tells you some high points, right? Elevated loungewear took center stage. Okay, here we have a preppy look going on. Outerwear. That looks like it was a standout. Okay, so that's the retail reports. And then of course, like you can get more specific with actual runway collections. So if you want to look at a specific season, a specific designer, then you can do that. Okay, so let's go here. We can do fall 2021. We'll do men. Okay, so here we have menswear, and this is fall 2021. So this is from the show. So I can choose whichever one I want. If I want to do like Missoni, right? And I love this because they do the key looks, the key colors. I just think this is so great. The secondary colors, really. So you can really see how it's like, how they've, styled it and everything. key details. And here is the full collection. So you can, go look through this, see each one. It's really nice looking. The photographs are great. You can print them out. You can save them to your desktop. Okay. And that's just one of the many designers. It gives you the code for the color, right? So if that's important to you, it's right there. All right. And then finally, they have the social monitor. So this would be what's happening on blogs or Twitter. Again, looking at market segments. So we could do, let's see, celebrity. We could do blogs, region. Let's do France. Okay, and it has the date. So let's see, let's change the date. See if there's something from a while ago. I bet if we change it to the United States, we'll get a lot. Ah, yes, okay. So it looks like we don't have a lot with the France and celebrity and blogs. The trackers are not picking that up, but it is picking up. Oh, look at it is there. France and USA, but I think it's mostly all USA that's coming up. Okay. Okay. So here we go. So that's edited. Again, we looked at just the different tabs. We looked at market analytics. That's where you set up your dashboard, right? So you can see what's happening with each of these like specific categories. All right, these are some of my older ones, and they stay there. So you can keep looking at them. They keep changing. We have retail reports. You can add things to this folder. We have the visual merchandising, right, which shows us some of the promotional activity. The trend dashboard, where we can track an actual trend. So here's, for example, bum bag. Now, this is something that I saw on the forecasting services several years ago now. And when it first came up, I was really surprised that this was going to be something. So this is something I've wanted to track. And as you can see, it's remained like pretty steady now for quite a while, for a couple of years, actually. Okay. There's sometimes it goes down, right? The popularity goes down. It looks like it's waning a little bit, but who knows? It could come right back up again. Okay. These are the top brands. So there's all different reasons you could use the trend dashboard. Okay. And I am now going to ask you if you have any questions. And I'm just going to stop sharing for a sec. I know, I think there's a little bit of a delay in the chat. So if you send something, if you write something, I'm going to see it more be like 40 seconds later. So feel free to post a comment or a question. Okay, it seems it's kind of quiet out there. Okay, so I think, you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll just go back. Maybe I'll play a little video, and if you write something in the chat, I'll be able to see it. Okay. Let's look at some of the Runway collection. Okay, we'll go here. We'll look at women. We'll keep the same season. Okay, here we go. Do Kenzo. Again, we have the key looks, right? This is for fall 2021. They have the date it was published. Here are those key colors, the secondary colors, and here are some of the key details, which you can just click right on and see each individual image. And these are just really beautiful photos. They're very professional. It's like high resolution. So if you print them out or do screenshots or what have you, it's going to look really good. Okay. Just go back. Maybe we'll take another look at the visual merchandising. We can also organize our results if we wanted to. I think that I'm going to do, let's see, let's do a new one. Okay. So here I'm going to be looking at women's, and I'm only going to be looking at the category landing page. Okay. And here are all, there's so many of them. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, Ace and Tate. Right, and if I decided I wanted to follow this, I could do that. All right, so the category landing page is women's glasses. So if I want to follow this, I just follow it, and then it's going to be on my dashboard. So I can look at it anytime I want. Okay. And that's it. I really don't have anything else. It's a great website. It's has a lot of information that you can use, especially if you're in the fashion merchandising program. I will say it's not that intuitive, right? So you always can use the help center, which has some, they have great handouts and things. They have some videos. So that's another way that you can learn how to use Edited. Okay. So if there's no questions, I guess I'm going to just sign off now. So thank you for listening, and have a good night.